shit, what is going on? Riker Sean here. It's a disaster. The ship has imploded. It's fucking crazy. But I have missed all you weirdos that come here and hang out. So I figured, why the fuck not? Why not jump on, say hello, stream again, tell you about what's been going on with me, and then play a little bit of poker. Why the fuck not? For some reason, somehow, you got a notification from what you believed was a dead channel. It's not. It's right here. I'm here. I was never going anywhere. Let me tell you, moving sucks. It stinks. Wouldn't wish it on anybody. It's the fucking worst. It's the absolute worst. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's horrible. Don't move. Wherever you live, die there. Not anytime soon. Maybe there might be a couple of you. But as a whole, not anytime soon. Okay? But just wherever you live, don't leave. Don't leave that place. Don't leave it ever. Fucking. I've unpacked nothing. I mean nothing. The kitchen. The bedroom. The stuff required for me to take a shower. That's all that's been unpacked. That's all of it. And it's killed me. It's been horrible. I don't recommend it. You shouldn't do it. Don't ever move. It's stupid. Hell yeah. What is up, everybody? So glad to be back. You're whining about moving. I feel like I'm going to be unpacking for the next year. At some point, I'm going to have to finish the office so then I can go back to, uniform will make a little sense if I get some lights in here, and curtains for the blinds. And at least looks, I can make believe it's a set. I don't even know where the stand, somehow lost the thing to make the Mac work. And out of spite, I haven't ordered another one. So I don't have any sounders. No soundboard here. It's way more complicated on the PC. They make very user-friendly soundboards for a Mac. Not for a PC, they don't. Stinks. But I am very glad you're here. I've been playing as often as I can online. And live. I have a couple updates there. It's terrible because I want to stream and I want it to look good. I want to be able to hang out, but I can't, I don't play nearly as well. So it ends up costing me money. We don't want that. Well, I don't want it. You guys probably like it. Because you're cruel. I would argue you're mostly cruel people. Very upsetting. Parlay Popes. He might be at the top of that list. I have no idea what this deal is. But I'm here. I don't know if you like me, you hate me. It's weird. Very strange. Very upsetting. Christ, how do I fix that? So I have no idea. No idea what to think of the guy. I'm going to load up some tables. Well, I have played. I have played poker live. Been trying to focus on that and do that as much as humanly possible. And unfortunately, in my local casino, I used to be able to kind of play on Wednesday nights. Now that's less true. Shit. Now it's like all PLO. And if anybody knows about that game, it's very high variance. You get 4 cards. I barely understand how it works. But I may have to do it. But because I have to play more for profit and focus more, it does impact the streaming because I have to be able to play for money. And it's fun to stream here, and I enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But, you know, I only stream 100 NL here, but I play 200. Can I tie all these? What's going on here? It just doesn't do it on its own. This like stinks. How do I do it? There's a way to do it. Tile them. There we go. But yeah. But we're back. We're going to hang out. I'll start the poker here. Let's see. Will this fucking work? I have no idea. Alright, looks like shit. That's awesome. Get out of here. We're done with you. I don't even know how I'm in this hand. What do I do? Call? I don't want to call. Fold is the correct answer. Well, that was $2 it cost me. Alright, let's move these over. Move these over here. You guys could probably see them. Huh? We'll put them here. Okay, we're getting there. Things are happening. We'll minimize that. Okay. Check, yeah. Alright, you can see what's going on. Then we'll move the playlist over here. Where the hell's that? Since my friends are so generous to allow me to play their music here, you know who it is. You can see it. It's right there. You guys catch today's episode of the Chad Duke Show? And who has Snacks of the Round Table marked on their calendar? I'm already losing sleep over this. I gotta take it very seriously. King Snack was talking reckless on Friday night. And I'm coming for that crown. King Snack. He has no idea. He has no idea what he's unleashed. Flopping top set is really good. Let's hope the short stack just jams or does something insane. But he doesn't. Oh, he bet a third-ish? We can always get the short stacks of money. We'd like for the original Razor to come along. I'm just going to lead preposterously small. No, we'll check. I lied. Bruce Tuttle, what is up, my man? My dude. Welcome. Glad you're here. I know it had been too long, so I was like, well, I have to stream, even if the office isn't set up, even if I don't have the lighting, even if I don't have anything else. Let's hope we hold and don't lose to Ace-Queen, huh? There's Ace-Queen. That's a bummer. That is a sad state of affairs. But it happens. What are you going to do? We can go small-ish again. He's got such a short stack. I'm just trying to get it in on the river easily. You can't get too crazy or it does become easy for him to fold the flush draw. Thank you. I was legitimately nervous whether my short story would progress. I'm very happy that it is. Made it to the next round. I don't have a snack picked out yet, Lori Wagner. Now it's crunch time. I'll have to talk to... because sometimes we'll try snacks still on the show, even though the BMI is dead. But the problem is we have a Snacks of the Round Table happening in just a few weeks, so I think I'll have to talk to shoot tomorrow and be like, hey, we got to put a moratorium on snack trying. For at least for a couple weeks. Because technically then it wouldn't be new. If somebody brought it in, like something happened, we just can't do it. So I'm going to have to dig deep. I'm going to have to snoop around at the local markets. No snack picked yet, though. Very happy about Slip. Very excited for Snacks of the Round Table. Very excited about what's coming up on the Chad Duke Show. Yeah, I'm excited for Wednesday's episode. I'm ready to hear what the other two short stories that make it through on the science fiction short story throwdown. I'm excited to hear my notes. Hear what Dylan said about my story. Selfishly, I only care about me. Okay? Me. Well, then, of course, who my competition is. I'll be so happy if Ted's story just doesn't make it through. I expect the tiny stack here to just shove. They could certainly have worse than King 9. Well, they could also have aces, but I can river trips. And that's what you get for playing aces that way. If they had just raised normally, I'd have folded. The other deep stack might have called. Who knows? So, but I think so. Not I think. Fingers crossed. Tomorrow, the buyers sign, and the house is officially closed. It's done. Even after the move, there were so many weird little odds and ends to deal with. On top of trying to unpack to a point where I could at least, I don't know, eat and sleep here. Which I was complaining about at the very, very top of this program. It sucks. I should have thrown everything away. Everything. Everything. I don't want any of this shit. Should have just figured out what I needed to set up the enterprise here. Which I can't do exactly. Some of the lights that I used back at the old place, they're on the wall so tough that that's where they are now. The new owners get them. Otherwise, I'd have damaged the wall. I had no time to repair it or do anything about it. Oh, we have to call one. And see what they do on the turn. Up on table one up here. Oh, they bet so small again. Look at that. I don't understand what Ted's freaking problem is. I like Ted, kind of, somewhat. But he's ridiculous. Like, he can't take any reasonable criticism. His response to me getting upset at some of his choices is disproportionate. For anybody watching who has, I don't know how that could be. There couldn't be anybody watching. Though somehow, you guys aren't going to believe this. It's slow. They're trickling in, but I do somehow acquire new subscribers sometimes, and they come from poker. And I can't explain that. So I'm not sure what this content is good for. Like, I feel like it's good for people that know what I'm doing. But not much else. I don't really go into depth. I mean, if there's a hand, I try to break it down as I go through it. But yeah, Ted, Ted is a millionaire. Okay? He's very successful. The idea that he would care. Like, he should be unfazed. So then he responds insanely. I could probably value bet here on the river on table 1 if I go small enough, right? I can't go huge, otherwise I'm only getting called by, like, a king. If I'm a bit small, it's possible eights can find a way to call ace high. Yeah, I celebrated Ted's birthday with him. Okay? His most recent one. Some of his only friends there. Then he acts like a lunatic. So yeah, I would love if he didn't make it through the first bracket at all. Right? That would be... I will do cartwheels in the studio. I might die when I do them. I'd probably die. But I'll do them. If we go through together. On the fan vote. The fan vote. On the listener vote. If I beat him, I will get made a belt that just says I beat Ted in a science fiction writing contest. And any time that I'm somewhere where I know that he's going to be, I'll fucking wear it. Just to remind him. He's college educated. He's successful. It's well documented. I dropped out of high school at 16 years old. I made it through, I believe, 10th grade English. That's it. Okay? That's my first mistake of the day, of the evening, is not realizing how short-stacked that person is. So we're going to try a bet, check, bet as a bluff. And I don't even have to go very big here. Look at that. We're just targeting misdraws only. Even though I have spades. What did he call the flop with that didn't bet the river? Some sort of nonsense. And I lose to a lot of that nonsense because it's got an ace in it or, an overcard. Was this a limp pot and I just didn't pay attention? That's dumb. Second mistake. It's so hard to stream and play reasonably good poker. Like, the guys that are good at it, it's wild. No, I don't think they, try to talk to their chat or about current events, though. And there's no way they're also listening to exciting music. yeah, there's going to be. I think if Ted and I both get through, no matter the result, the feud between myself and the hot tuna is going to be great. Andy Schoner, welcome, buddy. So glad you're here. Thank you. What do I think Ted's IQ would be? Your guess is 109? I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had a real conversation with Ted. So, like, if we just go by what he's a college graduate. He's a lawyer. You know, I don't know. Down here on table 4, we're going to see what they... I think that they end up stabbing at this flop a little too often. If they bet the turn, we're going to kind of base off sizing what we would like to do. They've decided to check. I think I have the best hand, but I have to give them an opportunity to bluff. I have the best hand a lot. Enough to call a river bet, assuming they don't bet 100. Yeah, half pot. That's... All right, aces. Another one. Another one. All right. It's an interesting way to play that hand. Congratulations. Oh, I can't. I have to be very picky about the music I choose, Andy Schoner. Thank you very much for the... Hold on. Let me see if we sent it out. I can play this because it's my friend's band, and they let me. Oh, Andy Schoner sent a very generous Venmo. Thank you again. My Venmo is at Riker Sean. I accept Venmos, and I'll read pretty much anything you write in the note. He asked, Riker, how was your weekend haul? I got to play on Saturday only. So Friday night, that's not true. I played Friday night online. Because Friday night after Solid Dudes, I intended to go play live. And my local casino has been taken over by PLO, which I don't play. And I was not prepared to go play that game. Let's play this hand. We flop middle set and bottom right. Sevens might just win up here. Nope, there was a jack, of course. He bet a third. I'd like to play a 2-street game. So we will raise about 3x and jam pretty much every turn. It's not a diamond. To just get the money in. Well, he puts it in. Let's hope he doesn't have queens, eh? Kings is good. Hold, baby. Boom. Let's go. So I played 5-10 on Saturday and played for about 7 hours and made $290, which actually feels like a win. I started that session down a lot, lost a couple of big hands early, and managed to somehow dig out. So that was good. Friday night online, I think I made a few $100s. So, yeah, it was good. But, yes, I can't put any other music in the background. It is Mentiroso or Steven Giuliano, who's another friend of mine and the guitar player in this band and has a solo deal. But that is it. Otherwise, what would happen is YouTube would just mute it. Like, it would go through live, but people, again, you're not going to believe this, people watch them, because you're all so kind, after. So, but yep. Maybe you haven't been here for this before, Andy Schonard. Mentiroso is my friend's band. This album and the subsequent albums were recorded in Loudoun County. And these were mastered by the great and powerful Pete Evick. And they're really talented guys, and I really like the music. Not just because they're my friends, though it helps. I won't lie. We did not improve. The reason I didn't check raise on any street here is because we were multi-way. I don't think he has any bluffs. So we turn second pair, but we do not improve to the flush we are looking for. We will see what they choose to do on the turn. Bet half pot again. Oh, I'm getting such a price. Such a price to call. And we do not get there. And I win with a queen. What is happening? Thank God the flush didn't get there. This person was betting with nothing. So, okay. Good to note. If only I could note here. Kimberly Milio, welcome. Thanks. Loving a Monday night stream. Hopefully we can get back into it here soon. I think on bottom left I can value bet a 7. Second pair. I probably should have looked at how often they raise. Not often enough. There was an open and a raise from the small blind in the top right. Nines, it can't be called, and it cannot be called 4-bet. So sadly, it is a fold. Make it like 7 with jacks in the bottom left. 2 limpers, but I think they posted. This person's a fish. Interesting, they don't call a lot, so I will have to be cautious. Wonder if we're going to play this record. Let's play it from the beginning. I don't think this fish is going to check aces twice or an ace twice. So I think we can bet we're targeting pairs worse than a jacks, like 8s, 9s, 10s. A lot of times this gets through on the turn better because like there's hope. If that makes sense. The board double paired. They elected not to lead. We'll just check. Okay. That makes sense. The things that ruin things. On the top right, we're going to call. We're basically flush mining. top pair with a gut shot, but he opened big. And he's a fish. A lot of times they open the strength of their hand. We're going to call because we do have a lot of outs, but I think we're going to fold here. Yeah, I mean, calling 14 here. No, two pair, yeah. Now, I was wrong about the sizing. You chose pre. So that's interesting. I'll have to recall that. But yeah, I'm going to have to finish up the office and figure out like a reasonable streaming schedule. I like hanging with everybody. I do. But as I have blown my life up, it has become more crucial that I play like for profit. and these are the only stakes that I can handle when I'm streaming, and it's hard to really make any appreciable money here. We 3-bet in the original razor. 4-bet. King Jack suited is an easy fold. Oh, sick. That full with twos. People do crazy things here. This person's insane. He's insane. Hope is not going to get this place fixed up. It's not going to get me unpacked. It's not going to get the office done. It's going to take actual work. When anybody that's moved, I forgot about this problem. It's not just unpacking. It's that, like, there's boxes. There's more garbage that you could roll out in your trash can. And it just fucking mounts up. It's just filling the garage. I can only take so much, you know, a week to where I work. Hope. It is, in fact, the Jim Jester story. Oh, see, that's annoying, too, is the way they handle the big blinds. This side is so silly. Those that don't know or unaware, this is a 3-blind game, right? So you have the small blind, the big blind, and then this would be a third blind. So on this site, they call it a straddle, but it's compulsory, so it's not a straddle. It's the third blind. YouTube probably wouldn't have an issue with it. I don't know. Well, Chad may. Every song isn't technically out there. So YouTube probably wouldn't even be able to flag it. See, this Mentiroso gets flagged, but they have it set up in such a way that I can use it. But YouTube flags it. Tinder tone. The fish here might stab. When he doesn't, it's a bummer. Called eights there. We will now bet on table 2 in the top right and hope. It's just hard to fold a boat, so even if he has like 9s or something. We'll bet big. Just hoping to get called by a queen. Oh, we river a boat up top with the full house. The small blind jams. Of course, we're calling with kings. And we're good. They'll shove. They'll call. They have quads. All right. It's tough to beat that. That is a hand. Well, the only way you get change, Rhett, is by doing something, usually spending money. But if we're going along this metaphor, in order to get change, you'd have to take action. Oh, Andy Schoner, thank you again for another very generous Venmo. I will explain to you how I quickly identify fish. So the easiest way to identify fish at a table, because I can't note them, I can't make notes on them, is anybody with a really short stack. Okay? So anybody who has not bought in for at least $100 is definitely not a professional. And playing at 100 NL, this is small stakes. There are fish. Most players here are going to be weaker, but like when you note that they're not topping off, they're not buying in for the full amount, they are the weakest of the weak. Down here on table 4, bottom right, there was a limp. The fish jammed after another limp. Fish limped. His jamming range is pretty wide with $15. Like I would call with a lot of ace hex hands. I'm like, it can't be bad. But he just does that too often. We have here ace king against ace queen up top. Look at that. So yeah, you want to identify fish fast. In all of poker, that is where the bulk of your money comes from. This is true even at the highest stakes. So you want to identify them fast because they have certain tendencies. They bet the strength of their hand. For the most part, that fish with the 3s was interesting because they didn't. Also, even if this person had a full stack, when seat 4 opened and they just flatted there, that's not really a thing. So we go, okay, that's a fish. You can't really call in these spots. You can call from the button because there's only a few people left to act behind you. We river a straight, but I don't think anybody has anything. So I imagine if they bet, we're chopping. Once the fish calls in between, like, ace 10 exists, but I feel like it would have bet. I'm thinking the fish can make a mistake here. And we can chop up extra money from them. Ooh, they could have ace 10. I mean, I'm going to fold a straight. There it is. River raise is extremely strong. Like, this person's not a complete idiot. So when I raise, like, I have a straight. So they have 0 bluffs, so they have to be either overvaluing the same hand, which is pretty unlikely because they're going to have the same concern I had, which is, shit, ace 10 exists. For the nut straight. Yeah, I don't even know, like, so the way that YouTube flags things is because it knows the songs, right? So the AI knows it, it flags it. So it's not even the person who owns the songs. Certain artists will have their music out and it is licensed in such a way that they basically tell the algorithm they don't care if it gets used on YouTube. Well, these are my friends, so I asked them. But yeah, it would be terrible if I was using the devil pegs me and then Chad intentionally struck my channel. It'd be so upsetting. Figuring out YouTube's rules, who knows? Who could know? Very confusing. God. I was playing on this site the other day, and oh my God, I ran into it every time. It was awesome. Like, poker is not a good way to want to earn money. But I love it. Like, every dumb part of it. Been talking to some poker friends of mine from all over the country. One of them lives in Colorado and plays there in some good games. And I believe we will be meeting up there in August. The guys. So these are people that when I had coaching a ways back, when we were all playing online, they were kind of in that crew, and we studied a lot together. We formed a study group, and we all became friends. We talk and we share hands, and so yeah, I think we're going to get an Airbnb in Colorado and head to the casino every day and play cards. Should really be fantastic. You will check Ace King. We at least get a straight draw. A 5 down here when you bet multi-way is just not good. When they bet the turn, I get to call a lot with Ace King. It has a lot of equity. When they follow up with a large size, there's just nothing I can do. They bluffed me, they bluffed me. This table 4 is going to break somehow. Wide versus wide, we're not folding a pair to a flop C bet. The flush came in and the king isn't exciting. We'll base it off sizing. Yeah, we're good. Baseball. How long does baseball go for? Forever? Oh, I guess spring training. So the season just started, right? We're going to fight for that dollar. Yeah. Give me that buck. All right. We can find a table with more people at it, I think. I don't know if Put 'em Up Bernie's a good gambling song. Maybe. Maybe. LSU Mike, what is up? Welcome. Where are you in? In where? Knuckle and the Grundle. Look, I think the Devil's Pegsby would be fantastic background music. Especially for anyone that just stumbles in here from only the poker world that has no clue about the Devil Pegsby or the Chad Duke show. I tried to, like, it's so hard because, you know, you guys that come and hang out, you know, thank you so much. You're from the show. You're from the podcast. And I love I could sit here and just do shtick with everybody all night. But it makes no sense for the two people that find this because of poker. And in order to grow this beyond those two people, what happened to that? Look, this table down here is good. I would like it for it to not break. I got 2 fish to my right. That's a fantastic spot to be in. So you're back into the baseball, huh, Josh? It's interesting. We will call. He could have some 10x. But he also has flush draws, weird straight draws. 8s, 7s, 6s. Like, fish start to bet weird things. When they raise, there's nothing I can do but fold. This person might still not have a clue what's going on, but in reality, right, when I call in between, my hand is, I don't have shit. Like, I have to have at least a pair. So they shouldn't be bluffing. And then when they bet 3-bet, it's absolutely never a bluff. Oh, I have to fold ace-9 there. That's unfortunate. One fish left, but there's another one came in. I really feel like they'd end up betting a lot on King High if they had a king with the fish there. Then they decide to bet half pot. There's 2 flush draws out there. We will call. The front door comes in. We'll see what they decide to do on the river. Maybe they only have a king. This tiny raise makes no sense. I almost feel like it's a mistake. I'm not deciding whether to call or not. I'm deciding whether I should jam. I think I actually thought too long here. I'm going to fold. Yeah, it would have been tough to get him to fold 2 pair. Oh, what a weird fucking spot to be in with an overpair on the flop, but I guess I fold? What's this person rejamming with? Maybe only clubs. Oh, I fold. This stupid fucking game. Jacks is interesting. All right. All right. Oh, I can't do the halftime show to unite us all a cappella. That's Jim's bit. I don't have it in me. I don't have that club in the bag. The next milestone for #1 poker is 3,000 viewed hours. I haven't looked recently, but I haven't streamed recently. So I know that we're over 2/3 of the way there, but we're gonna have to do some work. You know what I mean? They both have no chips. I would have imagined that this person would have jammed a decent pair. I'm gonna jam and hope to get called by diamonds and hold. We're not worried about that person's $10. I'm more worried about their $30. Oh, Jesus. All right. I'm worried about exactly 3 combos of hands, and they have it. But the next real big milestone, so honestly, right, is getting to 1,000 subscribers somehow. I don't know how I will ever do that. But that's a big deal on YouTube. Most channels on YouTube never get there. Like literally, because YouTube, you've got to think it's got like a zillion channels, right? Most of them never reach it to that point. And that changes a lot of things. All right. The Queen High flush wins. Oh, Josh Chambers is suckered into sports betting on baseball. Look, that sounds horrible. But yeah, I think we could get to the watch hours by end of summer. I think it's doable. And then we'll host a Tournament. We'll host a. We'll do a tournament. Shoka will help. It'll be a lot of fun. And then I'll be able to put up like super chats, which would be great. And that'll be fun. I don't know how to add them in OBS. I'll have to figure out a virtual thing and be able to use. Well, maybe once that unlocks, it'll just be a feature in the chat. On my end, I have no clue. I know that we're going to have to sit out, though, because I got to take a piss. That's my daily limit of sit-outs. How could that be a fucking thing, by the way? There is no raise size here that doesn't commit me. So I will jam. Because even if I make it $40 there, I mean, it's like I only have aces. All right, we're good. So somehow I can't sit out. This site stinks. All right, so I guess I have to close the table. I'll be back. Fuck these other tables. Don't miss me. Relax. You think I put a fucking hand towel down here in this fucking thing? Fuck. I would say that I don't really want to grow the subscriber base through like people at the at my casinos. Like if they find it, they find it, but God damn it. Post. Never heard of it. I mean, I forgot that this site does this. It limits your sit-outs. You're like, so I just have to leave the table? I'm like, that's what you prefer? So like I'm up in chips, but I just have to take a piss or need to stand or whatever, and I just leave the table? And just like rat hole the money? Makes no sense. Most sites let you sit out like infinitely. Well, not forever, but like you have a timer. Some of them are generous, so like over 10 minutes. But it's been interesting after the move. Like, clearly I didn't, for a week or more, I didn't play any poker. And now I'm kind of trying to, like, reframe how I think about it. Like, because I was pursuing it, but it was, like, always this thing that I did, like, after work and when I could, and, through blowing up my entire life. It is, like, much more important as a source of income. So it's like, it's not like, oh, I let me unpack some so then I can get to play poker. It's like, no. Let me play poker. And then if I get to unpack, I get to unpack. Like, whatever. The 4 flush is unfortunate. So I somehow, no, I lose the 5-6. I just didn't think I needed the bluff. Yeah, I'll probably have some, like, I don't know how I'm going to handle it yet. Like, some PLO updates. Which I think, for those of you who don't know, PLO is Pot Limit Omaha. It's a 4-card game. It's a devil's game. It's very high variance because equities run really close. Everyone's dealt 4 cards. You have the same community cards like in Hold'em. But in Hold'em, you could use 1 card in your hand or no cards, right, for like a chop if you're both playing the board. It's not true in PLO. You have to use 2 cards. Yep, no pantless streaming. Well, I knew that there was a good chance I'd have to get up to piss. And since I don't know where the adapter is for the Mac, I don't have any loading screens or anything prepared on the PC. So, no bottomless streaming, sadly. When you elect to open 6s up front and it goes 100 ways, life is not good. And this doesn't apply like at 200 NL or bigger, but 100 NL on here, like early position opening 6s might not be good. We flop trips on a king high board. We're going to check and see if they bet what size they choose. They bet half pot. I'm going to raise. Pretty big. We'll go like 5x. I mean, it was a half pot size from them, but relatively, like, it's kind of big. You will see bet small, the ace high board down at the bottom. We'll bet around 2/3-ish. And he lets us off the hook on the river. We don't have to bluff. Calling 8 into a pot, that'll be pretty big. We flop trips on a monotone board. We will check. About half pot. I'm going to raise small. And fuck me. A diamond turn. I mean, I could jam everything but a diamond. We bowed up. I don't know that I can get called by diamonds anymore, but whatever. It's hard to fold a flush. They both put all the money in on the queen turn with nines. The site is so good. It's just so good. This is Steven Giuliano. He's a guitar player in Mendoroso. Again, a good friend of mine who has a bunch of solo stuff. If you have Apple Music, or if you go to Bandcamp and search Steven Giuliano, you can listen to more and support him. And I recommend you do it. We're open-ended. We'll check and see what size they choose to stab with. They don't stab. I will delay C-bet largish. The front door flush comes in. That doesn't mean I stop bluffing, but I'm going to size way down, just targeting only missed straights. And we get it through. The reason we don't want to bluff large there is that he has flushes, right? When I delay C-bet large on the turn, he's going to call with all his flush draws. So I don't want to run into those brick walls. But there's hands to target. Like, he'll fold a lot of things because he has like pair plus draws that call that now don't want to call anything. So we're targeting only that. And I think breathing on the pot accomplishes that. Well, you can't go too small. You make it $1, nobody folds. And it's a little more tricky at such a low stakes because, like, you know, what are you calling? You know, you're calling for like a Five Guys meal. Open sixes again, and I'm going to regret it. All right. Gets a walk on this table. We get infinite callers over here. We got aces again up on table one, but this is the tight table, so who knows? This person calls. Okay. They're thinking. Maybe they'll raise. With an open and a 3-bet, King Jack suited is suspect. At best, we'll just fold on this site. me get 5 after the limp. I would open to $4 from the cutoff of the button anyway. So 4 plus the limper. What's his calling range? A lot of little pairs, because the limper isn't going to re-squeeze. Some suited cards. We'll check. He checks again. It's hard to believe either one of them has a queen. I could be losing to a 9, but we're going to bet. We're basically targeting flush draws and now straight draws for a bet. Yeah, Steven's great. He's always putting out stuff. I don't think he releases anything new on Spotify, so there is other music from him. Again, on either Bandcamp or Apple Music. Spotify's terms of service changed this year, and they're insane. When he leads the river, he completely lets us off the hook. We fold. He's bluffing, good for him. I just doubt it. Looking behind me to see if I can. Calling here is a disaster. But if I don't think that I'm going to get squeezed, and then if I call, we end up going like 5 ways. Like when I hit a set, life is really, really good. It's probably still a fold. This is a little ridiculous. And there's the squeeze, which I cannot call. That's why calling there is just dumb. If they call, I'll be getting an insane price. I'll be calling $16 into a pot. That'll be 58 or some shit. Well, easy fold now. He could be squeezing light, so it's interesting if he gets it in there. Queens versus ace king. The queens takes it down. Yeah, I think Spotify's terms of service somehow now, basically, if you're not a giant artist, because they would never put this to the test against anyone that had a lot of money, but basically they can use your music for anything. Like anything. With an ace up here, I don't know if I'll call a bet. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are checking out some music that would have otherwise been difficult to find with Mentiroso and, of course, Steve Giuliano. Got many friends that make music. But I really like theirs. What's up, Sheldon? How you living, my man? Well, during the move, I didn't play. So there was not a lot to speak of. I played Saturday, and I just didn't make a short. I had to leave the casino and like get right to the old house and do stuff. We flop the joint on a monotone board. We are going to donk tiny. This is not going to get stabbed by anyone. But I think that I can donk and get called. Like, you can't go for a check raise on a monotone board. What's calling? I think we have to bet reasonably small again. I open next to act called. We're gonna 2x jam the river. Basically, the few times we do get called, we want to get paid. Either by like a non-believing ace or a worse flush. Neither of those hands would raise, so. Yeah, in play, when I was dealing with like the move and everything, it's too hectic to try to like then focus on poker. I played Saturday and left up 290, so. It actually felt like a huge win. We discussed it earlier tonight. I was down. I lost a lot of big hands early. So I was down 1,200 at one point. So leaving up 290 is always, you know, that's a win. That's massive. There might have been one other session in there, if I'm being honest, but I don't. But we'll get back to it now. Now that the move's done, the house is done. We'll get back to the shorts and refocus on poker and make sure I'm doing a short after the live sessions. I just had the itch, like taking that break. I had to play. This does make unpacking basically impossible. Like, I always want to play cards. When am I going to unpack? The person who raised pretty tight, they raised really small though, so we're definitely calling. Of course, they still have the overpairs, but they also have ace king, maybe ace king and ace queen suited, but it is narrow. Fuck, that's a big size. I'm really just considering folding here. They're already really tight. Like, their range is almost jacks plus ace king. I'll just be a nit and I'll fold. And they had aces. It's always good to find that out. Versus any reasonable player, you can't fold there. But the players on the site at these stakes are unreasonable. We have a gut shot, but one of our outs is dirty. We'll just fold. With the flush draw, they bet multi-way. They have a good hand. Well, the commute. I don't, I'm in Ranson now. I switched I now work here. So yeah, my commute's great. It's about the same. I moved, up the road. They bet 6-8. This person's a potato. So yeah, I don't have any commute to speak of anymore. I also don't have any work. I mean, I've done a good job blowing my life up. We've moved. I changed like where I'm working, giving up the ultra lucrative position that I had, and then work fell off. So I knew I was taking a pay cut, but I didn't know I was taking such a big one. The times are tough. And cars ain't getting fixed. So it does change things. It changes in the way that I have to play, and it means I can't always stream because I can't. Maybe I'll settle in and I'll be able to stream larger once I'm playing a lot more online, but it is tougher for me to play 200 or even 500 NL and stream. It's basically impossible for me. It's not good enough. You're going to call in the cutoff up on table 2. That is a very tiny raise. Down here on table 4, they bet $1 twice. I think they just have a flush draw. Oh, well, that's interesting. That changes things. I guess I fold. I don't really understand the dollar. The 3. All right. Well, good for you. This person's a maniac. Can't really tell that from the pre-flop stats. Up on table 1 where I 3-bet jacks. The board just continues to get worse. Yeah, I don't think I can. Getting people to fold hands they like is really hard. It's really tricky. Yeah. That's the word. This will be exciting. So stats pre-flop are like, he does a lot of calling. But he doesn't rate A7. I mean, this guy's actually a lunatic. I wonder where all these crazy people keep coming from. What's this person thinking about? Yeah, the no commute is great, but yeah, there's a lack of people don't need their windshield wipers done. It's weird. They're calling for rain soon, so then I'll get an uptick in, windshield wiper replacement. Top pair, pretty good kicker. At like 40%. I'm going to play with this guy a lot. He's just like a 100 NL grinder. Well, it's 9:30. We'll be wrapping up here shortly, I do believe. Hey, we got kings up on table two. See if we can somehow lose $130 with them. Snoopy's the rag. He's out. Rock notes. Who knows? No 4X plus a little extra. Oh, let's take it. This table is slow. Let's go. Check. Come on, buddy. You got all day or what? Twos is not good enough to call, but eights or nines might have been. Maybe that's my cutoff. We will river one bet if he checks again. Just under pot. Basically, we're just looking for a range fold. Because I accidentally lose to some weird hands. We will call in the middle blind with nines. Because a nit opened. Snoopy calls, they call, I flop the straight. I also have the ace of clubs, but we don't need to get crazy here. We just want to bet our hand. Three is a complete brick. Jamming here looks so fishy. Snoopy might call with like two pair or pair plus a draw. I would not do this versus someone I thought was really weak, but I've played a lot versus him. And this looks wild. He is in the tank. We see bet up top on number one and paired on the turn. The plan was, of course, to bluff, but a pair beats the hands that I was looking to target. They lead on the river. I could fold a pair. He has spent $1 in time banks at this point. What if he was watching me? There's no way. Technically, if someone was watching me, they could time down until they saw my hand. That would be upsetting. What if he was cheating? Snoopy, are you in the chat? Like, I couldn't set a delay long enough and still, like, actually even reasonably talk to you guys. Like, So it's theoretically like it could happen where he. That would be crazy, Snoopy, if you're cheating. That would be nuts. There's no way. How would he find me? There's like 2 people here. I think. I don't know. Last person to chime in was Sheldon. Like, what if he just grinds 100 NL and watches YouTube videos while doing it? He's not that tight. So, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't play, like, 8 tables, whatever the max is here, and then, like, just be a nit. And play enough hands. Ace Queen looks really sexy, but Ace Queen off is just a hand that you're in really big trouble with. So you could 3-bet bluff it, but why? Queen's down on 3, 8's down on 4. Snoopy, you piece of GU. If you're cheating, this is not right. I can just pretty easily fold here. Well, 8's is dead. Oh, Josh Chambers is still here. Well, there's definitely 2 of you. If somehow you're here hanging out and watching and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're one of these weirdos that watches YouTube without logging in, you need to log in. Because some of my videos get, like, age-gated. So you would never see them. We will seed bet here on that board. Blind versus blind. Ace Queen offers is a late position open. Is a reasonable hand to squeeze with. Yeah, make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure that you have subscribed. And as always, thank you for being here. We're going to wrap up here soon. I'm getting tired. Played for like an hour and a half or 2 hours before I started the stream. So, Bobby Double L, out of nowhere, found his way here. What is up, buddy? No sandwich situation tonight. In fact, I'm getting ready to sign off. I'm getting a little tired. It's a school night. You got to respect the school night with me. I'm tired all the time. It's probably for being so fat. the wonderful guys that I used to play every Saturday morning with, and I haven't been there in a while. I've been going later in the day. They were very kind to point out how big I'd gotten, which was a good wake up call, really, because I knew that. I was like, yeah, you noticed, huh? So, I got Snacks of the Round Table here in a few weeks, where I will hammer slices. So I think I have to put myself on probation until then. Behave myself. No Pooh Baron tonight, Bobby Double L, because I knew I'd have to get up to piss, and no way to hide the fact that I'm bottomless. It's a pretty interesting flop. They did open. Huh. I think I am going to stab the turn. Put smallish and let them raise if they have a good hand here. No, I'll just fold. Yeah, okay. It's very interesting. Yeah, proof of pants. Good to see everybody tonight. It's time for me to... No. There's no changing my sandwich situation. There's nothing you could do to change that tonight. I've got to... Telling you, I've got to change things in my life. Snacks of the Round Table is going to be a fucking 10. I am going to crush King Snack. I'm going to murder him. You heard it here. He's dead. He's dead to me. Fucking taking his crown. You know it. You know this. You know this. Look, thank you for respecting the slender ambitions. We got to do something. It's bad. It's not good. So, Slender Ambitions is a chapter in Kimberly's memoir. It's my life story. There's always been ambitions. So there's always been. There's always been ambitions. Well, hell yeah, good for you, Josh Chambers. The rest of us, I think, all gained weight. So that, that ended. It died on the vine. I lose. I lost. It's over. But hey, thanks a lot for everyone checking in tonight. During this session, we literally broke even. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. When people tell you that they play poker and they break even, it's usually a lie. But during this session that you guys watched, I did it. I broke even. In the hours preceding playing, I was up 380 or something when I was playing earlier. So, not a bad night. We'll take it for a few hours of play. It's always a deal. Yeah, the snacks. Look, if you're not excited about Snacks of the Round Table, and it's possible some of you aren't because you never heard it. It's fucking great. It's fantastic. It's going to be a shitload of fun. I'm excited to see Bo. I've never met Bo in person. I think that's true. So I'm excited to see Bo. Free Slurps will be there. He's going to bring a terrible snack. I am willing to bet money on it because he's a boob. And he's going to forget all about it. Peroni does make a Peroni Zero, so I have to see if I can request that they have it there. It is good. It tastes... I mean, I haven't had a Peroni in a long time, but I vaguely remember it tasting like Peroni. The Peroni Zero, which I had in the last couple months. Yeah, because I was somewhere and I asked about their NA beers, and they said, we have Peroni Zero. I said, there's no fucking way you do. Bring it on. Give me that. So, yeah, I can see if I can request that they bring some in just for me. I will need it while I'm hammering slices. But I think until I hammer the slices, I've got to be on sandwich probation, and I got to behave myself somehow in the studio. I've got to try to get myself under control. And if I am, in fact, going to Colorado in August, that means I have to fly on an aeroplane. And I'm significantly poorer. So, there's a lot of problems with that. First class, not as easy to obtain when you're very poor, which I now am. Yes, Josh Chambers, Bobby Double L. I'm so glad you could join us. I will start streaming more, I swear, now that I'm settled, but I do have to figure out how to balance it. So they'll probably be later because I have to come home and play, like, for real, larger stakes and focus and not hang out in the chat and listen to music. And then I'll start a stream, so, and so we can hang out and I can do it more and we can get those watch hours. But tell your friends, tell your family, the next giant goal on YouTube, and it's huge, and I didn't know this, is actually 1,000 subscribers. Is like huge. It changes like everything about how the algorithm even functions. So yes, but we are over, I think we're at like 2,200 watch hours or something. 3,000 is that big milestone to be able to take super chat so we can have fun with that. And you guys are always so generous. So I appreciate you, but everyone that hung out. But most importantly, tonight, my man Andy Schonard with the very kind, very generous Venmos. Thank you so much, sir. Believe me, I need every penny. Yeah, so I enjoyed hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out, too. Let's see. I don't